About a short trip,
There he is. Uh-oh. We started so strong. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick. I don't know why that all of a sudden came out. Hi, what a nice... God, I feel like I'm in Close Encounters of the Third Kind right now. It just hit me right in the eyes. Or a communist debriefing center. How is it going, Norfolk? Did we make bad choices last night? I like it. Who needs coffee when you have that band? Let's keep it going for Loud and Sway and Rich. Unbelievable. I was a little sleepy this morning, and now I'm wide awake. As I said yesterday, these panels only go as well as your questions. So what always happens is people line up at the very end, and then we don't get to the questions. And usually I'll do a 15-minute silent guided meditation. If you prefer that. If that's the energy we have this morning, let's just do that. I'll just sit silently on stage. We'll close our eyes, and we'll breathe together. Does that sound like fun? I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I just want to say a few things about the reason why I'm on stage. A huge reason. You've probably heard about Catherine O'Hara passing. Oh my God. So she is one of my favorite actors of all time. When I was a 10-year-old boy growing up in small town Saskatchewan, we only had one channel, and it was the CBC. Any Canadians in the house? One. No, you're just adjusting your glasses. It's very Canadian, by the way. They're always adjusting their glasses and then saying, sorry. But yeah, I don't know what else to say other than what a legend. Schitt's Creek and everything, all her work. And I just want to say, Catherine, you're a big reason I'm even here on this stage today, because she was a huge influence. SCTV is why I got into comedy and sketch comedy. And so, I almost worked with her twice, and that kills me too. It was a dream come true if I ever got to work with her. But I love you, Catherine. Thanks for sharing all your art through the years. On another note, how many, yeah, I'm clearing the house again, jeepers. No. It's like, dear God, keep it light, man. A few points of order that I realized in the last 24 hours too. Active military, Navy, Army, Marines in the house. Oh, a smattering. So, you know, my granddad was a World War II vet. We have legacy military in my family, on my mom's side. And I've been disheartened, and I'm here to scold you and unite you, the armed services. Y'all talk shit about each other. I am yesterday years old that I didn't realize how much shit you give each other in the services. This is so mean. Let me tell you further. I know it's done with love. You gotta bust balls, right? So, any Navy people here? Right, so if I call you a shitbird, that means I like you, right? No? Well, I got bad information. And you're a big man, sir? I did not call you a shitbird. I was hypothetically saying if we have that, and clearly we don't. I am now terrified. Cancel my table time, JC? I will not be signing anything today. I feel very vulnerable. But also, what Army is almost ready to Marine yet? No, what the fuck? Sorry. What aren't ready? Ain't ready to be a Marine yet? That's so mean. And then also, and you're just jealous. Air Force, Chair Force? I want to bring the services together today. Why did I just sound like Jim Gaffigan just there? I just, right? I don't like it when you're mean to each other. I don't know what's happening. Also, I learned at my dinner a few things last night too. Thank you, great to see lines, perfect. I'll vamp a little more. Who here is leftover positive? Thank you, right? Yeah? Leftovers. And a lot of you know. So I realized that I've been playing leftover roulette for most of my life. Because I was like, I'll just take some crab cakes home in my luggage. Because it'll be cold underneath, not in the carry-on. So apparently you shouldn't keep shrimp in your hotel fridge and then take it home to LA with you. Bad idea? Okay, see, we're learning, we're growing. I picked the wrong week to quit drinking, let me tell you. Let's take a question. Save me, hi.
I don't know if I'm gonna say.
Oh, come on.
Well, we met a couple times over a couple cons.
Yeah, good to see you. Who is that?
I'm Ariana.
Hey, Ariana.
But I've never been to one of your panels.
Okay.
Okay. So in one of your panels, I've heard stories about the goat call.
Oh, the bleeding goat?
Yes, I need to know what this story is.
Okay, so one of my favorite YouTube videos is goats bleeding. Do you know what I'm talking about? I could watch those all day. And then they put the bleat into famous songs. Like, I've always loved That's it. That's basically the whole story.
Well, then my next question would be, what was your favorite part of being Catch?
Oh boy, the favorite question, and I don't mean to dodge, but I just like every moment. I got asked this yesterday. It's just every moment on set with these guys and this crew and this world is delicious. Like it's like having to pick between my kids if I have multiple kids. That's a metaphor. But I was saying yesterday, and I met someone that was a Marine that had trained with grenade launchers. So you know that whole thing with the grenade launcher and Dean? You're like, is that a grenade launcher?
Yeah.
So my entrance, my official entrance with the car and the suit and the grenade launcher and the jazz, it was just like so freaking cool. And Phil Segresha, who's amazing, directed that episode, and the guys were so welcoming. I got to work with all three guys on my entrance, right? Misha and Jensen and Jared were there. And this is back to when they were using more practical effects. So when I shot that grenade launcher, they had a quarter charge in it, and even at a quarter charge, when I shot that thing, they had it timed electronically, so the black SUV, the glass actually blew out and there was actual fire. And when I came in, I went, boom, and it was just like, whoa, that's a quarter charge? Crazy. And then literally the glass blows out and you feel the heat of the fire and you are just this little boy playing make-believe on the coolest freaking show. And I was just like, I like my job, I like my job. And they just kept giving me more fun stuff to do. So the fights and the suits and the dickishness. And then, you know, people having strong feelings about the guy. Still do. Who hates Catch? Thank you.
Well, I love Catch.
I welcome your hate. That means we all did a good job. So.
We hated you at first, but then we loved you at the end.
Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
So thank you, Ariana.
No problem.
Thank you so much, appreciate it. Hi.
Hey, David.
Oh, hi. Who's that? Is that the famous TikTok influencer? Maybe? No, not. Okay. Hi.
Okay, I have a great question for you.
A great question?
Yes.
Great.
So if Catch were to be in any Disney movie, which would it be and what would his princess be like?
Any Disney movie?
Yes.
Catch in a Disney movie. Oh my goodness. But he would be the good male lead or a redemptive arc?
Well, he's gonna be a princess.
He's gonna be a princess. Oh, bloody frickin' duh. Oh, who's the most regal of them all? I think it'd have to be Cinderella. Because he would be a poor little housekeeper boy in his rags, and then he would have his fairy godmother named Michelle Davies, a nice Irish little lass, who would come and wave the wand, and he would be in his bespoke three-piece suit, and he would wear his beautiful glass brogues and get stuck on the tar. Am I in the right, am I doing Cinderella right here? I'm losing the path. I was like, what a test. Yes. So Catcherella. I'm killing, oh there it is. Killing microphones. Thank you for that question, Chloe.
Thank you.
Very good. I feel a bit lighter, just talking about my princess energy. Hi.
Hi, my name is Melissa.
And you hate Catch, I saw you wave.
Yes.
Thank you.
But that shows what a great actor you are.
Wow.
That you made me hate Catch.
Well, thank you. And the writers and the directors, amazing.
Yeah, but you did the work.
Well, I appreciate that.
This is my first con,
Welcome, hey.
and this is my first question.
Okay,
So,
I'm honored.
okay. I did want to say I did actually have two questions. Yesterday I saw you in your flannel shirt.
In my Carhartt flannel.
Yeah, and I was really surprised because I know you hate flannel. Or Catch does.
I don't know, well, here's the thing. I just think he was not fond of, common American dress. I always wanted a Pygmalion episode too. Speaking of princesses, with My Fair Lady, where Catch goes undercover and he has to wear jeans and flannel.
That would be awesome.
And they're like, and they're dressing him up. He's like, this is awful. How can you do it? And then he falls in love with dungarees. It's quite comfortable in the end, isn't it? Yeah,
Yes,
right.
yes.
Yeah.
So, in watching you yesterday and what I know about you, you seem like a very kind, friendly person.
Trying to do that.
What was the hardest thing or hardest scene for you to do as Catch that
Oh.
was like so opposite of
Oh
who you
gosh,
are?
easy. That's an easy one. There's a bunch, and only because we created such a safe space. But obviously, me fighting Mary, that big office brawl. That's a hard thing to get your head around. Is beating up a woman, if you're a civilized, responsible, ethical, moral male. Thank God that Dana St. Laurence, who's an incredible stunt double for Sam, and we had incredible safety precautions. Oh, Rich actually directed that fight, by the way. He was the director on that episode. And so, strangling her and throwing her across desks, and thank God Sam Smith was such a rough and tumble game. We all understood it's to serve story. There's nothing personal. But we had a wonderful stunt coordinator, safe space, right?
Right.
And then when you establish that safe space, similar to an intimacy coordinator now or a fight coordinator, in order to be that awful, you have to all feel safe. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah, so in order to make believe, and I always say that fights, one of the fun things for me too was all the fights I got to do with Dean and Asmodeus and Mary, because fights are sort of like violent dance. They're choreographed and they're precise, but then when you go action, you take it slow, you mark it, you do all the things, you figure out the camera angles. It's very technical, but then you establish the technical, and then you really just got to lean into the passion of it. But again, that's where creating that safe space and that technical base is really important. So yeah, so you have to also, you can't judge the character as despicable or as a villain. You have to build empathy as the actor, because Catch couldn't be further away from me as a human being. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
But that's the fun challenge, right? Is how do you build these bridges of empathy and get inside what his pain narrative is and how he was conditioned and his backstory. And the writers gave me a lot of that, and I also filled in a bunch of stuff too with my imagination. That's part of my job, right?
Right.
Now you can't play backstory, but it does help you build empathy to why this man is the way he is. And again, it's corny, but it's like hurt people hurt people. He was abused, we know this.
Yes.
He was brainwashed, conditioned in a quasi-religious cult, a soldier. So all of these things you got to build in and be like, okay, well, it makes sense in his mind, not mine, not the audience's certainly, but in his mind, he is just, he is appropriate, and he is doing his job.
Right.
And then you get out of your way. You know, you try to think that person's thoughts, even though not in a million years they would be your own. Also murdering. I'm against murder. I'm gonna say it.
I'm glad to know that.
I'm like, boo! No, murder's great! Thank you for that question. I hope that wasn't too esoteric. Look at this sparkle. What's happening?
Hey, so I like to read a lot of books, so I was wondering if you've read any good books lately.
I am reading a book right now, and it's kind of, it was an assignment from a person that's come to a lot of conventions and done a lot of my events. I am reading Peter Pan, the original. I know that sounds silly, right? But it's so fun to rediscover the classics and kind of see it how it was written in the time and how different it is from all the pop culture Peter Pans. I mean, you obviously see the genesis of the story, but I'm like, it's pretty cheeky and it's kind of funny and it's kind of adult, actually, and it's like the themes are really kind of big. So yeah, I'm reading Peter Pan right now. I'm halfway through it. I'm a terrible reader though. You know why? I figured it out. Reading puts me to sleep, A, that's a problem, I don't know why. B, I'm reading scripts and sides all the time. So it's like, reading isn't relaxed, like, you know, and the third thing that I find is, I'm always collaborating with the book as an actor, because I'm reading it and I'm acting it, and I'm so slow, because I'm always trying to turn it into a movie in my head, as opposed to just letting the story wash over me. So I'm trying to be better at it. But yeah, it's slow going. But thank you. Appreciate that. Hi. Hello, hello.
Oh, hi, good to see you.
Hey, Nikita, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks for coming to dinner last night.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was so fun.
It was. I have a question. If Ketch had a Tinder bio, what would it say?
Do it in the accent.
Accent, please.
Did you say Tinder? I will light you up like a grenade launcher. I have a Bentley. I like to drive fast. Hello, Mary. There's only one woman for Ketch, and sadly, she shot him. No. Did she shoot him? Because it was really, no, it was going to be Dean, but it was Mary. My first death, that is. Yeah, I don't know if Ketch has ever really dated. Poor
Would
lad.
you be on dating apps?
Oh God, no. He would, I think he actually fell in love. People say, was Ketch in love with Mary? I say 100% yes he was. Now, I love that reverse trope too, where she goes like, this was just a one-night stand, whiskey fueled, right? And you just see his little Ketch heart break for a little second there. And I was like, oh, this is the first time I found love, and you don't like me. But yeah, I think in my best, just talking about backstory, I think Ketch would say and do anything to get the job done. So I was like, I think he slept with dudes. I think he slept with monsters. I think he would do anything to get the job done. I think he's a sneaky, or was a sneaky little animal. So yeah, I think he's ruthless in that way, or was. And I do think he almost got redeemed before he had his heart ripped out of his chest. So in my mind, I've always said that line where he's like, he's just been demon possessed and he's in the hospital. And he goes, I've got to go help my friends. That's the first time he's ever realized what an actual friend is and real loyalty as opposed to conditioned behavior, if that makes sense. So I think that's a little bit of his, I always say, Ketch grew a heart finally just to have it ripped out of his chest. Which is very supernatural, right? Because Misha's talked about this before. There's like, anytime you like something or something's going well, they love to rip the rug out from under you, right? Just as soon as anyone's getting a little maybe redemption or you're warming up to the character, whether you warmed up to Ketch or not is, who knows? Everyone's different. But for me, it was, that was a tough one. That was a tough day. Also, like, as we say in this world too, death equals unemployment as an actor. So that's never fun. You're like, no, I love this job. Don't kill me. But I got to come back, and that's good. But I was saying yesterday in my panel, because everyone knows probably the story of how they didn't get to shoot the final episode the way they wanted to because of COVID and all that stuff. So it was originally written that Ketch was going to be in the bar. So I was in Dean's heaven, which was nice. So the writers gave me that redemption. So I love that. Obviously didn't get to go because of Canadian restrictions, but yeah, I like to think that Ketch found a form of love in the end and understood that he never knew his whole life. Love, loyalty, for real, as opposed to just indoctrination. Yeah.
Since you mentioned dinner last night, can you do an Italian accent?
Oh my gosh. So we were at dinner last night, and Nikita was very kind. She did not realize I wasn't British, so we were sitting down at dinner, and she goes, are you talking in an American accent? You're not English? I was like, well, I can be if you'd like me to, darling. And so I was feeling quite posh and regal, and oh, she likes my English accent, so I'll do that. And so I was getting a little cocky. So I started doing other accents. Little monkey D was like, oh, she likes accents, I'm gonna impress her. So then I was getting real cocky. I started speaking other languages. Dipping into any Swedes here? Good, perfect. But I actually know a little bit of Swedish from this makeup artist I used to work with, so she would teach me phrases. And I thought it was pretty solid. And I was like, tomten är född eller barnen. And Nikita, with a straight face, she's like, that's a really good Italian accent. I'm like, oh, fuck. And we just cried laughing. The whole table just broke out laughing. You were so dry. But she meant it so earnestly. Like, she was like, oh, that's a really good Italian accent. I'm like, oh, fuck me, back to the drawing board. So thank you. Tomten är född eller barnen. Hey, I'm in Ingeborg från Nikia. Hey, jag bara vi. Great, that's solid Swedish, guys. Come on. Let's get it together.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Gabby, and this is my first convention.
Hi, Gabby. Hey, welcome, Gabby, for a first. You know what my favorite thing is? I'll just, while we're on that note, is the one and doners. Oh, the lies they tell themselves. I love the one and doners who I've now seen like 13 times. I have probably about like 25 or more people who said, oh, just one and done, going all in. Hi, it's you again. How are you? Well, I don't know, it keeps calling me. I'm like, good. It's like we're the new Grateful Dead, right? Just the people are like touring with the circus. I like it. Hi.
I guess we'll see if you want to see me again after this.
Come on. Oh.
So I'm in the camp that loves to hate Ketch.
Okay.
And I was at your panel yesterday where you talked about his redemption.
And you're like, no.
I sort of see it.
Is that a hard no for you?
I'm open to it.
Okay. You hated him till the end, though.
Kind of.
Okay, that's fine.
So my question was, I know he eventually has some camaraderie with Dean, but for Sam, how does that work out with Ketch reckoning with his past kills, especially since the first time we see Ketch was killing a psychic girl.
That's right.
Who was kind of parallel to Sam in the early seasons. So how would that sort of work out?
Yeah, I think Sam and Ketch would never really fully get there. To your point, yes, Dean and when Ketch says to Dean when they first meet in the bunker, when he's still trying to enlist him to the other side, He's like, "You're a killer, Dean Winchester, and so am I." And it's true. I mean, that's what's so great about these hero anti-heroes living in the gray in the show, because Dean has done some questionable ethical moral stuff too in pursuit of all the things that he's questing for, right?
Right.
I don't think there would ever be full acceptance of Ketch on his side. I think camaraderie, professional. But again, that's what's so interesting about all these relationships on the show, right? Like even the friendship with Crowley, it's all loosey-goosey a bit, except for, maybe, Castiel and Dean's, familial love, you know what I mean? And their brotherly love. But everything else is kind of like strained, even like Mary's relationship with the boys when she comes back. It's all much more complicated. There's no easy answers in Supernatural. I think that's why people really love the complexity of the show, because it's not pat, right? It's not giving you easy, there's a lot of moral ambiguity and challenge. And no one's perfect by any stretch of the imagination.
And that's
Well, except our darling Angel. I love him. But to that point, I think when Ketch, if he had lived again, became Dean's stepfather, I think there could have been real love and bonding there. Maybe, tuck them in at night, give them a cuddle.
I have a question there. Do you think because of his tryst with Mary that he would make your mom jokes to the boys?
Make what jokes?
Your mom jokes?
Oh God. Ketch making your mom jokes to the boys. Yeah, that would definitely not go over well, I don't think. But thank you so much for that question, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you for hating Ketch. Appreciate you. Hi.
Hi, my name's Rose.
Hi, Rose, and who's this cutie, Tootie?
This is Liam.
Hi, Liam.
He won't say hi.
He's so chill.
He is.
I love it.
He gets that a lot. I was wondering, I feel like most people who've done comedy have like a first nugget that they ever thought of before their comedy skit, and I'd like to know what it was.
My first real sketch comedy nugget?
Yeah.
That really...
That either hit or did not.
It did hit, yeah, so thank you. And that's great question especially on, we're loving some Catherine O'Hara today because like I said, SCTV and Monty Python were my huge comedy influences growing up. But one of the first bits that I did that eventually made it to TV, 15 years later, do you know what speed walking and race walking is? Yeah. Just ridiculous. It's such so I would do this for my friends at school. I'd be like, I'm going to exercise now, and I would just race walk around the track. Let's see if I can do it for you. It's funny. It's a funny sport. So,
That was very good.
one of my first, so me doing that for my guys, I would do it, coming back in college. So we turned that into a sketch called Speedwalker Courier Service. It's the discount courier service. And so the whole bit is, he comes in and he goes, "Can I get it to Winnipeg by Monday?" He's like, "Not a chance, but I'll get there eventually." And I'm in the shorts, I got the racing glasses, the little hat, I'm in a tank top with a number on it. And I'm just like, the whole bit is, and then I have stiletto heel walkers, the super discount service, so I race walk in stiletto heels. You can actually find it online, I think it's on my Vimeo channel still. So Speedwalker Courier Service, one of my first ever sketches. And I think I was 22, young buck just starting out, and living my dream, thank you Catherine, of doing sketch comedy on Canadian television. Ridiculous, but it was so great. Thanks for that question.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think I threw out my hip though. Gotta stretch later. Hi,
Hi again.
nice to see you.
Yeah. So I got a new question. This might be stereotyping you being from Canada, but I've recently been getting into hockey. I was wondering if you have a favorite hockey team.
Yes, favorite hockey team if you didn't hear that. What would be your any hockey fans here? Hartford? No. Who would you cheer for here? Okay, relax. I'm an OG Calgary Flames boy. So I was very fortunate to move to Calgary. I was a very small town prairie boy. Small town. And then my dad got a great job in Calgary in 87 into 88. And it was a big deal because we had the 88 Winter Olympics in Calgary. So the town was just alive. And then there was the Lanny McDonald, Theron Fleury era. So I'm dating myself, obviously, who cares? But epic team, so we had the Olympics and we won the Stanley Cup that year. It was such a great time to be in that city. So yeah, OG, died in the womb, what? What am I trying to say? I don't know, I'm tired. Thank you for your question. Hi, I need the band to come back and wake me up.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good.
I'm Tanya from Williamsburg.
Oh, good to see you again. Hi.
Hi there. So my question is, even with how COVID went, and it could have been a totally different ending, how do you feel about Hedge's ending in season 15?
Well, I hate it.
I know.
Because I'm unemployed and dead.
But you're only dead once, and you could have been dead. You could
Yes,
come back again.
I know. Well, here's the thing I'm lobbying for hard when they reboot the show. Now that I'm not in Dean's Heaven, because I didn't get there, I said this yesterday on my panel, I'm going to keep saying it until it manifests. I think Ketch should be a demon in hell as the manservant of Her Royal Highness Rowena. How about that? Like I was saying, like 3-piece leather suit, right? Maybe a leash, I don't know. Maybe like a little gimp ball, I don't know. Let's get weird. Let's get weird, let's write that fic.
AO3 would be so happy.
That's what I said yesterday. I was like, go write it, people. I see you. So that would be really fun, and then maybe get a little bit naughty again
That could be.
as a demon. But again, sort of that, again, morally ambiguous world of the sort of alliances like Crowley and the boys, you know what I mean? Sort of taking on that role.
Yeah.
Now, could I become a demon? How do you become, so this is actually a good question. How do you become a demon in this world? Could I become a demon if I died?
You could.
Okay, good. So how do you become a demon after you die? Is that possible? Am I getting everything wrong?
You've been tortured for a few hundred years.
That sounds fun. Could Rowena torture me? Oh yeah? Good. Even more stories to tell. That sounds fun. But yeah, thanks. That would be so fun.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Thank you for coming to Norfolk.
Oh, absolutely my pleasure. You've all been wonderful. Thank you. Hi.
Hello. So my question is, what would be your biggest hot take?
My biggest hot take?
I can give you mine if you want.
Yes, please.
Okay, it's going to be wildly unpopular, but Hamilton was overrated.
Hamilton was overrated.
I told you it'd be that everyone would hate me.
Well, people almost hated me yesterday when I made an ice joke. I was like, too soon. I was like, I'm joking, we pull it back. God, what's a hot take? Jeepers.
I don't think you could beat that.
No, that's fair. Listen, I think saying, okay, here's a hot take. I think Bruce Springsteen is highly overrated. See, yeah. I don't even know if I believe that. I'm just trying to see what the line is with this crew. I am editing so hard in my brain right now. But I'm a grown man who loves Wicked and Wicked for Good. Is that an okay hot take? Thank you. I cried. I did. I'm not ashamed to say it.
Well, I've never seen them, so I can't relate.
Okay, well, you have homework now. You may have a new hot take. Thanks for your question. It was a trap. I'm sweating. all the things I'm editing in my brain. Hi.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay.
I wondered if there was an actor, actress, TV show, or movie that you attributed your acting career to.
Well, I said at the beginning of the thing, Catherine O'Hara. No, it's true. She's one of my favorite actors, regardless of gender. But also that whole crew, like Rick Moranis, Eugene Levy, Martin Short was a huge influence. I once hosted in 7th grade what we called the variety night. You remember had variety nights that you have in like middle school? And it would be like the talent show. And I hosted in full costume as Ed Grimley. Remember Ed Grimley? Martin Short's character with the hair sticking up like that. And I won the best talent award as the host. Totally ripping off one of my favorite comedians, but I did it as Ed Grimley, like the whole thing. I used to love to do that. And then also, John Cleese was a huge inspiration. In fact, there's a little bit of John Cleese's posh in Catch sometimes. You can probably see some little bit of Monty Python influences in Catch. But yeah, and Anthony Hopkins, a good Welsh man. When I saw The Elephant Man, have you seen Lynch's Elephant Man, folks? So powerful, right? And I saw that probably too young, probably. But my parents liked to push me with art and culture. They were always like sort of bringing me up and challenging me with stuff. And I just remember how affected I was by that movie. And there's this slow pan-in close-up to Anthony Hopkins, just seeing the Elephant Man. You see the Elephant Man as the audience through Hopkins' eyes in close-up. And he's so still, and I'm getting chills even thinking about it. So I just remember being like, if I can ever get to a point in my career where I can be that still and that powerful behind the eyes, still working on it, but man, you know, what's so great about being an actor, or trying to be, is one day maybe people will come to be like, your performance affected me because I was so inspired by other artists. Like, I just remember growing up how much art and storytelling and comedy and drama affected me. So if I can do a small piece of that for other people going forward, that's what I love about it. You know what I mean? The connection of story. So, yeah.
Well, you did make us hate you, but then you did give us that redemption and actually make us have feelings for you.
Well, thank you. I'm so honored, excuse me, when people come up to my table or at the panels and say, not a bad job, buddy, I appreciate it. So that's why we do it, and we're so blessed. Give yourselves a round of applause, please, because we are nothing without you. I mean, to have this extended community from TV where you never know how it really lands, or you know, and to have the power and the feedback directly with people, and to be a part of this extended community is one of the biggest blessings of my life, for sure. Because I love community, I love storytelling. And I say this with humility and grace. Thank you so much for being kind to me and enjoying the show. I really appreciate it. It's especially in these times, you know? I love coming here and sharing stories with folks, and love and real support and real community. It's incredibly powerful. So again, you made this, and we're so grateful for you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, David.
Hey, thanks for representing.
Of course.
I love it.
So, my question for you is, back in 2018, you launched a campaign to raise money for the Alzheimer's Foundation. I was wondering how you became involved with it, and if there's a story behind it.
There absolutely is. So she's wearing one of my merch shirts. I've raised, with your help, the Less Than 3 campaign. Does anyone know the genesis of how this happened? Some do. This is kind of goofy, fun story, but it's true. So thank you again. So I'll just say why it means to me first, and then I'll tell you how Less Than 3 came up. My Nana in Michigan had early onset Alzheimer's. So that was my first taste of how Alzheimer's and dementia affects the family, right? And so I'm Raise your hands if it's affected your family, probably a lot of you, right? Yeah, devastating. They call it the never-ending funeral for a reason. You lose. Hi. My dad has dementia now. Long story short. He's in a care home, very good care home up in Calgary. So now it's even more powerful to me. Also the reason I chose the Alzheimer's Foundation is because the real heroes are the spouses, the kids, and the caregivers as well. Yes, we need to focus on the science of the brain, and one charity does that, but the Alzheimer's Foundation really focuses on support and care for the caregivers. And I know in this fandom there's so many nurses, occupational therapists, et cetera, et cetera. There's so many caregivers in this community. And so, in my small way, inspired by Misha and the boys and this community in general, people said, what's going to be your thing? You made me do this in the best way. You inspired me to be a better human and to give back. So the less than 3, I was such a noob to social media and Twitter and all that nonsense. I was like, I did not literally know that less than 3 was a heart emoji, the old school text. So I'm literally, they're like, oh, you should lean into social media. It's quite, interesting time on Twitter. That's to say the least. Jesus Christ. Thank God that cesspool is over. Anyways, but I literally were like, they were like, less than 3 just kept coming in when Catch launched. And I was like, are they rating me? Because I was like, okay, so Jensen and Jared and Misha are 10s, and I'm less than 3? Because I was expecting hate for Catch, right? Because he was pretty diabolical in the beginning. But I was like, no, that's not it. And I was like, oh, it's a fart. They're farting at me. And they were like, no, you dickhead, it means we love you. I was like, what? This is how dumb I am. Even with old texting, I never did less than 3 as a heart. I was like a grown man, and I didn't know what less than 3 meant. So it became this joke, and then it became this thing, and then I realized, and I designed that shirt, inspired by Misha and the community, and you, to do less than 3 equals love, and we have raised close to 50 grand over the last 8 years for the Alzheimer's Foundation of America. So, I had no idea at the time. It was for my Nana originally, but now it's for my dad. So, Cledwin, if you can feel us across the universe, I love you. And, yeah. So, and anyone who's out there with dementia and Alzheimer's in their family, my heart and my prayers and my soul are with you. I feel you. And the caregivers. So thank you. Appreciate that. And thanks for representing. One more.
Nice to see you again. Oh, one more?
Yeah, go. Oh, quick.
With Pepper.
Okay. Hi. Can we do one more?
Yeah, of course.
Jean, I met you yesterday.
Hi, Jean.
This is my first Supernatural.
I love it.
And you brought it up. What exactly does an intimacy coordinator do?
Do you want to field this?
It's a great question.
Yeah, it is a great question, because we're talking about stunt coordinator and creating. Hey, Rich, actually, you're involved in this. Actually.
All right.
Because we've been intimate a lot.
We have. And I feel like I was pretty coordinated at the time.
Well, and he was there.
Yeah.
I'm just there for the intimacy.
He was shaking the bed for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Intimacy coordinator, if you're doing an intimate scene of any sort, be it, nudity, sex, yes, or as it were, naked cloning with yourself.
Oh yeah, all right.
An intimacy coordinator it helps make you, the actor, feel comfortable. And so they're go between the director and you. So
yeah, and it really stemmed from the Me Too movement and abuses that would happen in the old days of people, taking an inch, going too far.
I honestly don't think the days were that old, buddy. That's part of the problem. I mean, I think in recent times that the power position of a producer and a director have put actors and actresses in vulnerable positions to do more than they had originally signed on to do the day of. An intimacy coordinator is an advocate for the performers.
So like you'll go on a set and they'll be like, okay, here you go, and you're wearing this, so you're fully nude, and you're gonna walk over here, and we're rolling, And honestly, it'll be like that. You'd be like, hold on, I'm butt naked, what,
Or if
it's not no joke.
If some director's like, I know it says bra, but what do you say? I mean, like they can be real creepy about it. And like I've worked on Dead Boy Detective specifically. We had a sequence where people were supposed to be writhing in blood, and it's a hell sequence, and I'm all for it, by the way. So like, as the director of that episode, I had a responsibility to describe in detail what my expectations were, costume-wise, cinematically, and that email went out to the intimacy coordinator and the showrunner and everything. So there was no guesswork, meaning like if a performer read that and was like, I'm not comfortable with that, that's no problem. They can not take that job. If they take the job and I veer from those parameters, I'm in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, so like I have given marching orders specifically. The intimacy coordinator was really efficient, and a Canadian team, they just had me put everything on paper. I mean, it was harder than getting the actual job, quite frankly.
So interesting.
But keep people safe.
What I was saying about the similarity with the stunt that you directed me, Fighting Mary, they said what was one of the hardest things you did was having to beat up a woman, and make that safe. So what it does is it just adds to shorthand and safe. You establish this safe bedrock and a language of communication. Yeah. So then you can then play and do make believe on top of that.
Bingo. So you can have fun doing the acting part and not be worried that somebody's going to take advantage. Because, man, actors, myself included, we want to do great work. We want to deliver at a high level. We want to go above and beyond. And sometimes that can be used against us, especially actresses, more so. Correct. Because, and they can find themselves in a position showing more skin than they wanted to or doing more than they intended. And you can't put that toothpaste back in the tube, unfortunately. So it's actually a great role on a set now to have the
it's safety, so you have someone that you can go to and go, I'm not comfortable with this. This is it.
You have an advocate.
And they have a lot of power. I mean, they can come and say, they can stop the scene, they can do, it's really good. It's like a stunt coordinator, you're like you say. Well, it's safety first, but in this case, it's emotional safety.
Emotional safety. And the safer you feel, the more you can risk, because you now have the scaffolding and the nets, and that you can actually give more, not less, because it's so. Correct. I think that's a fair.
Good question.
Great question. Appreciate it. Did we answer it? We did. Guys,
ladies and gentlemen,
these people are so nice.
Right?
Wow.